You know, I shouldn't have to make a video about this, but I feel like I need to. Technically, I don't need to, but I'm going to. Netflix's adaptation of Death Note is terrible. And everybody on the channel here knows that I am a big Death Note fan. I even talked about some of the memorabilia. I mean, I own the complete series on Blu-ray. I've talked about how I've watched the series 3 times, and I even own some of the pop figures. I own the all-in-one special edition manga. I'm a big Death Note fan. I just can't get behind how Netflix just trashed the series. I know that the person who, directed the adaptation, he stated in an interview that, him and his brother grew up watching anime and stuff like that. So you would think someone who grew up watching anime would be like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of this adaptation. I got y'all, fans. You hardcore Death Note fans, I got you. But no, he just said, fuck everybody who likes Death Note. I'ma do it my way. We got what we got. So the film was released on Netflix on August 25th, 2017, and it got around generally mixed to negative reviews. For those of you who don't know what Death Note is, because maybe you missed a couple of videos on the channel where I've talked about Death Note. Death Note is a series where a high schooler named Light Yagami finds a supernatural notebook for whoever possesses it. It basically has deathly powers. So basically, if you write the person's first and last name on it, you basically kill them. So you write their name in the Death Note and they die. And you can even be specific about it. Like, you can, or precise, you can be like, this person gets decapitated by going in the street and he trips and a car runs over his head. Or you can be like, this person, finishes their lunch and then jumps out the tallest building in the city. Like, you can do it like that. But if you just write their name just period, they just simply die of a heart attack. And basically he uses it to get rid of the evil that he sees in the world, all crime, all people who are just negative, and basically wants to be the creator of a new world, essentially a god or a decider. And that's basically what Death Note initially is. And then when it comes to live adaptations, we've all seen a bunch of live adaptations for anime movies that have just been god awful. What it is basically, I think it's the creator or whoever is in charge of it. It's basically their adaptation of what they think the series is, where sometimes they keep it traditional. They keep some of the elements or a majority of the elements, but then they also kind of put a twist, their own personal twist on it. That's what we got with Death Note. We got the director, whose name I'll put right here. We basically got his take on the film itself. Was it good? No. Like I mentioned, it was terrible. So the film stars Nat Wolff as Light Turner. Yes, they changed the names because, in Hollywood, live action adaptations for anime films are just gonna whitewash, essentially. I was about to say basically, but essentially they're just gonna whitewash it and just cast all white people. And then you got Lakeith Stanfield as Elle. You got Margaret Qualley, I think that's how you pronounce it, as Mia Sutton. You got Shea Wigham as Detective James Turner. You got Paul Nakasuchi, I hope I pronounced it right. I'm terrible with names, y'all know that, as Watari. And you got Jason Lees and William Dafoe both as Ryuk. They even confirmed that a sequel was in the works. Since it's an anime live adaptation, it's gonna gain a lot of views within the day of it coming out onto the streaming platform. Me and my girlfriend both, before we watched the film, we binge watched Death Note together, and she's even a big fan of Death Note. But both of us, we were disappointed by it. As much as I thought the movie was terrible, there were 3 key things that I honestly will say that I liked about the film. And I know what you're thinking, but don't you sound like a hypocrite though? No. Or maybe, I don't know. But the 3 things that I will say I liked about Netflix's adaptation of Death Note was William Dafoe as the voice of Ryuk. Now, me, along with everybody else, damn near shit their pants when they found out that William Dafoe, the Green Goblin himself, was gonna voice Ryuk. He did a phenomenal job. They couldn't have chose anyone else. They literally struck gold when they chose William Dafoe to voice Ryuk. He did a phenomenal job. He kept it mysterious. His voice, just the voice himself, like I don't even have to look at Ryuk. All I had to do is just hear William Dafoe read the lines, and I'm just like, whoa, this is kind of creepy. And then they kept the dark tone, which I knew they were gonna do, because with Netflix you can kind of get away with some stuff. You know, it's not like how on television where, you know, certain networks you have to kind of keep it like a certain rating. With this one, they got to like kind of put some spice on it. They got to like do some stuff, do some different things with it, which I am grateful that they did, because man, was this a lot. It was gory, it was bloody, it was like, you know, you saw heads get decapitated and like brains splat. It was like people jumping off the buildings. They showed like the bodies splat. Oh, it was when the first time you see that, it's just, you can't get that image out your head, man. I swear, it stuck with me for like weeks on end. And the third thing that I would say I liked about Death Note was Lakeith Stanfield was a decent L. And the only reason why I'm saying decent L was because I didn't like his full-on portrayal of L, but he didn't do a terrible job. Do like the fact that, yeah, even though it was whitewashed, someone of color in a live adaptation for an anime movie, it was nice to see someone like this get some recognition and get to star in something so big. Now that I've mentioned the things that I oddly liked about the film, let's get on to the long list of stuff I thought made the movie pure shit. Too whitewashed. I've already said that. I've talked about it. I didn't like how it was kind of whitewashed. I wish they kind of would have casted an Asian cast. But like I said, it's Hollywood. It's a live adaptation. A lot of the times, they're not going to do that. Avatar: The Last Airbender, even though it's not an anime series, look at how they did that. Look at how they fucked up Dragon Ball. They did a whitewashed Dragon Ball Evolution. They had a good amount of the cast as Asian. They gave the man himself, they made Goku white. They casted the role of Goku to a white dude. Light Turner was a bitch, and I'm saying that right now. They made Light Turner such a pussy in this movie. It was laughable, because from the manga and the anime, he was a smart ass, evil little motherfucker, bro. Like, he literally had no care in the world. He was so smart with everything. He thought everything out. Boy done killed L. Man, did he know how to run shit. He had everybody fooled. Up until the last episode, man, he ran shit. But in this movie, all he did was he screamed when he first saw Ryuk. He screamed like a motherfucker. But then again, if I saw someone like Ryuk and he had William Dafoe's voice, I'd scream too. Just keeping it real. He was like afraid to do stuff. He was like, after a while, he was like, you know what? Maybe I should kind of take a break. Maybe I should just quit. Because, you know, this is starting to get into the public. It's starting to get out of hand. I ain't really trying to be in the public eye, because they gonna give me the death sentence if I get caught. I'm out. But, you know, this dude was just he was smart. Yes, they kept him smart. And I'm not gonna say Nat Wolff did a terrible job, because Nat Wolff was he was alright. You know, he was alright. It's so weird to think of Nat Wolff from the Naked Brothers band to Paper Towns to Death Note. It's weird, and yes, I did watch Paper Towns, and yes, I enjoyed the movie. Did I read the book? No, but I enjoyed the movie. I just didn't like how they made him the way they made him in the film. They made him too soft. They made him Charmin soft. Boy was that extra cushiony soft. That's not how I remember my nigga Light Yagami being. That's not how I remembered that. Mia was an evil ass bitch, but I kind of fucked with it, because there were points where I fucked with it, but then it was like they literally switched the two. In the anime, she was like, oh, I'll do whatever you want, Light, you know, I love you, I got you. And she even had she was rocking the Shinigami eyes. She was like, you know, don't worry baby, I got you. She even literally reduced her lifespan lower than what she did when she got the first Shinigami eye while getting the second one. Just for that nigga, bro. She did everything. She was like the goody one. And Light was like the manipulator and was like, nah, girl, you know I love you, but hey, do me a favor. While I'm at the office, write them names down for me. Thank you. But they made her, and it's not Misa in the movie either, it's Mia. She was all about killing motherfuckers off. She was like, you know, it was just kind of like Light was like, I don't know, Mia. I think we should stop. My dad's on the TV. I think we should stop. This dude L's trying to come after me. And Mia's like, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up and get to writing them names, that's basically what she was like. And the fact that she even mentioned in the movie, she was like, well, why don't we just kill your dad? He knows, I think he's on to us. Let's kill your dad. Bitch, what? You wanna kill my daddy? No. That's when I would have drawn the line, bro. When she was like, no, let's kill your dad. It's like, nope, you're done. I'm done. Get out of my house, bitch. You crazy. Get out of my house. You know, if you don't get out of my house, I swear to God, write your name down. Ain't nothing but a pen in 3 seconds. She was just pure about that Death Note life. She was about that life. L was too animated and he was a crybaby. In the anime series, he was just straightforward. He would crack little jokes here and there, and he did kind of crack me up because he just had them big old bug eyes, just staring at people like this. Just ate sweets and was just kind of just chill. Wasn't over the top, wasn't animated, wasn't crying over none. He was chill. Even when he died in the anime series, he was like, you know, of course when you're passing over, you know, when you're having a heart attack and you're about to die, of course he was like, oh shit. But you know, he was still kind of like just chill about it. Like Keith Stanfield, kind of, I know he was putting his own little twist on Death Note, on with the whole Death Note thing on L, but he was too animated for me, bro. He was too animated. He was kind of overdoing scenes and stuff sometimes. He was kind of like a crybaby with things. But then again, I hate that I put that in the bad things category, because it's like when Watari died, bro, when Watari died in that movie, in the adaptation, it's kind of like, you know, that was like his mentor, that was like his home, that was the only like person, that was like his only family. That in the fact that he died, that would tear someone apart, and that would tear me apart if I was in this situation. So I can't blame him for being a crybaby about that. I really can't. I'll cut him some slack with that shit. But just him being too animated and too like, yes, I think you like, no, nigga, chill out. No, they changed the rules of the Death Note, where basically it was the person who had the rightful owner of the Death Note could only see Ryuk. Because in the anime series and the manga, it was whoever touched the Death Note can see Ryuk. But in the movie, they changed it to where only the owner of the Death Note could see Ryuk. I wish they wouldn't have done that. Kind of sucks that they changed it, but I mean, so like I said, live adaptation, you're gonna change shit. And there were other things that I can't quite remember about the Death Note, but I just know that they changed quite a bit of stuff. And I just wasn't fucking with it. They changed some of the storyline. And if you read the manga or you watched the anime, you knew that Light Yagami had both parents, and he had a sister. This film adaptation, he was an only child. Of course, you know, because it's whitewashed, they're going to change the last name from Yagami to Turner. His dad was still a detective, but his mom died in an accident, which kind of does give it a darker tone in some aspects, in some scenes, but I was just kind of like, why change that aspect? Like, I thought it would have been more interesting if you would have kept his mom, maybe get rid of his sister, sure. But overall, my thoughts on it is that if it were me, I would rather watch the Japanese live adaptations. And there was 4 films. First 2 that were shot in 2006, the other one that came out in 2007, I think it was 2007 or 8, and then the other one that came out in 2016. There was even a television series. The anime consists of 37 episodes. The manga consisted of 12 volumes, technically 13. And I would have watched the live Japanese adaptations instead of the Netflix one. Even though to me the ones in Japan were just as bad. Would rather watch those over this Netflix one. That's just me. But overall, those are my thoughts on why I thought Netflix's adaptation of Death Note sucked. If you want to watch it for yourself, you can, but I would not. That's all my reasons why I think the movie sucked. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for all the support I've been getting. I know some people may not think 65 subscribers is a lot, but to me that is a lot. We've been gaining subscribers, baby, and I love it. I've been enjoying all the comments you guys have been leaving on the videos below. Gonna hopefully be having more content come out. I just started back up school. I'm doing other things, so videos I'll try and keep them consistent. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support me, you can donate to my Patreon, link in the description below. No obligations, but there are rewards for tiers in each thing. There's a $3 tier, $5, and then there's even a $10 tier. So feel free, if you want to support your boy, help me out. That way I can, you know, give give back to you guys in like future giveaways, or I can like do stuff to help better the channel. It's all up to you. Like I said, no obligations, but if you would like to, that would be so supportive. And like I said, the link in the description below, as is my social media, my Twitter and my Facebook and my second channel, Pokemon 1086, all that links in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. I am AfroGeek +UltraNappy, and your boy is just